Morgan Stanley is one of the world's top investment banks, and they've long been in that top echelon along with Goldman Sachs. Now, Morgan Stanley, of course, is a bulge bracket. That means it makes money in several different business divisions, like wealth, investment banking, investment management, as well as research. Now, what's interesting about Morgan Stanley is over the past decade, they've really put a great focus on their wealth business. In fact, it was one of the big bets of the company. In 2010, wealth management contributed 26% of the total pre-tax profit. In 2022, that number grew to over 50%, which is an insane amount of growth. M&A and fixed income can be a lot more volatile depending on interest rates. For Morgan Stanley, these departments were down on the year, whereas wealth management still grew. Now, if you look at global M&A, you can see that Morgan Stanley is a top 3 player, but JP Morgan has actually recently overtaken it for that number 2 spot. Morgan Stanley recently announced that Ted Pick would become their new CEO in 2024. And Ted Pick has been a Morgan Stanley lifer. Prior to this, Ted Pick was the head of institutional securities, meaning he oversaw investment banking, equity research, as well as fixed income. Now, Morgan Stanley has also made a couple of big bets. They acquired E-Trade, which is an online brokerage, for $20 billion, which further signals its movement into wealth. And they also acquired Eaton Vance, which is a US asset manager, for $7 billion.